Owning your own airplane is no longer just a dream reserved for the wealthy elite or retired airline captains. It's a surprisingly attainable reality for aspiring aviators, weekend adventurers, and vintage aircraft enthusiasts alike. From vintage taildraggers to iconic trainers, these 10 aircraft prove that flying doesn't have to break the bank. While prices have crept up across much of the secondhand market, smart buyers can still find excellent value. Buckle up as we explore some of the cheapest and most beloved planes you can buy this year. Number 1. ERCO Ercoupe. In 2025, the charming ERCO Ercoupe continues to shine as one of the most affordable light aircraft on the market, with prices hovering between a very approachable $19,995 to $35,000. This gleaming twin-tailed monoplane, first flown in 1937 and mass-produced in the post-war boom, was ingeniously designed by Fred Weick to be virtually spin-proof and stall-resistant, courtesy of its linked rudder and aileron control via the yoke and constrained elevator travel, tasks that once made it simpler, safer, and more intuitive to fly, even for beginners. With its iconic tricycle landing gear, automobile-style steering, and sliding canopy that lets you feel the wind in your hair, it's hardly surprising that peppy Ercoupes still turn heads at fly-ins. Under the hood, most are powered by a reliable Continental engine, 75 to 85 horsepower, delivering a relaxed cruise around 95 to 110 miles per hour with a respectable 300 to 400-mile range. With its twin-tail design, bubble canopy, and all-metal construction, the Ercoupe looked futuristic in the 1940s and quickly became a symbol of a democratized sky, offering average Americans their own flying car-like experience at a time when private aviation was booming. Number 2. Aeronca Champion. The Aeronca Champion, affectionately known as the Champ or Airknocker, offers a delightful mix of affordability, simplicity, and classic taildragger charm, making it a standout choice in 2025 with prices ranging from $21,500 to $42,500. Born in 1945 as Aeronca's answer to the Piper Cub, it soared in popularity thanks to thoughtful improvements, front seating for solo flights, generous wrap around visibility, and shock-absorbing oleo strut landing gear. Under the fabric-covered tubular frame beats a reliable Continental engine, typically 65 to 85 horsepower, yielding a cruise of around 85 miles per hour and a 270 to 300-mile range, perfect for relaxed countryside hops. Pilots appreciate its forgiving nature during takeoffs, landings, and in-flight handling, and many argue it's easier to fly than comparable vintage taildraggers, like the Cub. Thanks to a production lineage spanning thousands of aircraft, spares are plentiful, maintenance is straightforward, and operating costs remain low. Number 3. Cessna 140. The Cessna 140 is a timeless classic that remains one of the most wallet-friendly taildraggers in 2025, with prices typically ranging from $25,000 to $55,000, though well-maintained airframes often trade in the $30,000 to $45,000 sweet spot. Built between 1946 and 1951 as a sleek, two-seat conventional gear successor to the budget 120, it features an 85-horsepower Continental C85 or optional 90-horsepower C90, delivering a carefree cruise of around 105 miles per hour and a generous 450-mile range while sipping just 5 to 7 gallons per hour. Pilots rave about its responsive yet forgiving handling, classic stick and rudder charm, and the tight-knit owner's community that makes maintaining and flying one as much about camaraderie as a joy ride. Number 4. Luscombe 8. The Luscombe 8, often affectionately known as the Silver, remains a stunning blend of vintage elegance and accessible flying in 2025, with well-restored examples typically priced between $21,000 and $47,000, though truly immaculate or modified ADS may climb to $50,000 plus. This high-wing, side-by-side taildragger first soared in 1937, and its sleek all-metal airframe, uncommon among its mostly fabric-covered peers, gives it a notably clean and slippery silhouette that turns heads at every fly-in. Powered by 65 to 90 horsepower Continental engines, such as the A65, C85, or C90, it cruises comfortably at around 100 miles per hour, with a stall speed in the high 30s to upper 40s mph and a range of 300 to 500 miles, offering both economy and confidence for leisurely cross-countries. The Luscombe 8 delivers timeless charm, pilot-friendly performance, and affordable entry into the world of vintage aviation. Number 5. Cessna 150. No list of the cheapest planes you can buy would be complete without the Cessna 150. The ever-popular Cessna 150 still ranks among the most accessible and cost-effective four-seat trainers, with well-maintained models typically priced between $20,000 and $40,000, while fully equipped or lower-hour examples can stretch up to around $50,000 to $60,000. Is one of the most iconic and widely used training aircraft in aviation history, simple, reliable, and beloved by generations of student pilots. Introduced in 1959, this two-seat, high-wing aircraft was designed specifically for flight training, personal flying, and low-cost ownership. This high-wing two-seater is powered by a reliable 100-horsepower Continental O200, cruises at a modest 110 to 120 miles per hour, sips 5 to 6 gallons of fuel per hour, and boasts a range of approximately 340 to 420 nautical miles, perfect for short cross-countries. Its bubble-style canopy and expansive windows provide excellent visibility, making it ideal for learning the basics of flight. With parts plentiful and maintenance simple, the Cessna 150 remains a charming mix of practicality, nostalgia, and pilot-friendly performance that's hard to beat for budget-minded aviators. Number 6. Taylorcraft B. The Taylorcraft B is a delightful slice of aviation nostalgia that lands firmly in the budget-friendly category for 2025, typically priced between $17,000 and $25,000 for well-restored models. This classic two-seat, side-by-side tube and fabric high-wing taildragger, first flown in the late 1930s, offers pilots a beautifully simple flying experience, basic instrumentation, hand prop start, and a direct mechanical feel through its stick or wheel controls. Powered by Continental, Lycoming, or Franklin engines in the 50 to 85 horsepower range, it cruises around 90 to 110 miles per hour with a stall speed in the high 30s and a modest 250 to 300 mile range, sipping just 4 to 5 gallons per hour. It's perfect for low-adventure flights. Pilots love the Taylorcraft B for its affordability, lightweight handling, and that tangible connection to aviation's golden era. As one AOPA reviewer put it, it's a real-time warp back to 1939, making it a charming and cost-effective entry into vintage taildragger flying. Number 7. Stinson 108. The Stinson 108, affectionately dubbed the Flying Station Wagon, remains a striking blend of vintage charm and four-seat utility in 2025, with nicely restored models typically fetching $22,000 to $50,000, while rigorously maintained, metallized examples with Franklin engine conversions can push higher. Built shortly after World War II, it features a rugged steel tube fuselage with either classic fabric or more durable metal skin, high wings with built-in slots for incredibly forgiving stall characteristics, and reliable Franklin 150 to 165 horsepower, providing a cruise speed around 115 to 125 miles per hour and a solid 500-mile range. Pilots rave about its plush oleo shock absorbing gear that smooths out landings, roomy cabin reminiscent of a classic woody paneled family car, and a surprisingly nimble taildragger nature that's stable even in crosswinds. With Universe supporting parts and a dedication-packed owner community, the Stinson 108 delivers a nostalgic yet practical flying experience, offering vintage allure, real-world performance, and budget-friendly upkeep that continues to charm aviators in 2025. Number 8. Grumman American AA-1. The Grumman American AA-1, also known as the Yankee Trainer, or Lynx depending on the variant, is a spirited, two-seat light aircraft that in 2025 can still be found for around $37,000 to $59,000, with earlier trainer models sometimes dipping into the $30,000 to $40,000 range. Sporting a sleek bonded aluminum fuselage and a sliding canopy that lets you feel the breeze, the AA-1 combines fighter-like flair with surprisingly nimble handling. It's powered by a reliable 108 horsepower Lycoming O235 that pushes cruise speeds up to 108 to 120 knots and delivers a range of 300 to 430 nautical miles. With a light, responsive feel, crisp roll rate, and a single-engine price tag, the AA-1 appeals to pilots seeking sporty performance and versatility. It's equally at home being a fun weekend aircraft or a quick cross-country runner, but it demands more attentiveness on landing compared to docile trainers like the Cessna 150. Number 9. Piper J-3 Cub. The iconic Piper J-3 Cub remains the most iconic and beloved light aircraft in American aviation history, with prices varying widely from $43,000 to $64,000 for meticulously restored or modified models. Originally built from 1938 to 1947 and powered by a humble 65-horsepower Continental A65, it cruises at a relaxed 70 to 75 miles per hour, climbs at around 450 feet per minute, and offers roughly 3 to 4 hours of endurance on just 12 gallons of fuel. Its tandem seats under the high wing and fabric over steel tube fuselage give it legendary short field performance and docile stall behavior, making it both a favorite trainer and bush flyer, even solo from the rear seat for proper balance. With nearly 20,000 built and a passionate global owner community, J3s are supported by solid parts availability, affordable operating costs, and an undeniable charm likened to the Model T of the skies. Number 10. Piper PA-38 Tomahawk. The Piper PA-38 Tomahawk is a distinctive two-seat, low-wing trainer aircraft that stands out for its unique handling characteristics and bold design aimed squarely at student pilots. Introduced in the late 1970s as Piper's answer to the Cessna 150-152, the Tomahawk was developed with input from over 10,000 flight instructors to provide more realistic stall and spin training, essential for building better pilot instincts. It features a T-tail, giving it a sleek, modern look and different aerodynamic response compared to traditional trainers. Powered by a 112-horsepower Lycoming engine, the PA-38 offers responsive controls, a roomy cockpit with side-by-side seating, and large wraparound windows for excellent visibility. With a price range typically between $45,000 and $65,000, the Tomahawk delivers an affordable, slightly edgier alternative for those looking to master the skies in a classic trainer with a bit of personality. From the iconic Champ to the sleek Piper Cub, these affordable aircraft offer more than just transportation. They deliver freedom, adventure, and the ecstasy of flight. And always be sure to factor in operating costs, hangar fees, and maintenance history when budgeting for ownership. Opting for the lowest sticker price will not always mean a cheap aircraft ownership experience, so weigh up the pros and cons, and as always, be sure to put safety first. Thanks for watching.